Alright, what's up everybody? I said that I was coming for Borderlands 4 content, and with it being only 2 days away, here I am with a video beforehand to let you know what class you should be choosing before we even get the game, just so you're not wasting any time. Let's just get straight into it. So, Vault Hunters, Borderlands 4 is coming in hot, and today we're breaking down all 4 new classes. From Ghostly Siren to high-end warriors and melee tanks, we'll cover each Vault Hunter's playable style and every unique action skill that bring them to the battlefield. Let's get started. The first one is the Siren. I love the Siren. I've always played the Siren, but this year it's going to be Vex. Vex is not your usual Siren. She doesn't focus on elemental magic. She's all about kinetic power and summoning spectral allies. With her first action skill being Phase Familiar, Vex summons Trouble, her ghostly panther. Trouble teleports to enemies, explodes on impact, and later powers up into a badass version with stronger attacks. If Trouble dies, she'll come back. Action skill 2 is Incarnate. This one heals Vex and blasts enemies around her, and while it's active, she can shoot a powerful Eldritch Blast. With the more gun damage she deals, the faster she can cast them. You can end the skill early and reduce the cooldown as well, which makes it nice and versatile for on-the-go solo play, or if you're playing with a group of friends. Action skill number 3 for Vex is Dead Ringer. Vex summons up to 3 phase clones, chooses between 2 types, a tanky melee reaper that taunts enemies and chases after them, or a stationary specter that shoots from a distance and also does high damage. The clones match the element of your current weapon as well, which is like really great. Her whole build is revolved around matching whatever element is in her gun that's equipped. But I think Dead Ringer is great for anyone that likes to play minion builds or play a more team based, because this game's gonna have way better matchmaking than before. So I think Vex is more of a support Siren as compared to older Sirens where you could really play solo. But I think if you spec it right, you can do whatever you want with really any of these characters. Next, we're going to move to Rafa, the Exo Soldier. Rafa is an ex-TDR soldier with an experimental exosuit. He's fast, flexible, and built for non-stop action. With his first action skill being Apophis Lance, this means he pulls out an arm cannon that shoots piercing shock blasts. You can charge it to fire a big explosive shot, or you can just hold it down to do massive just AoE damage across all the adds. If you don't use all of your ammo, the cooldown is shorter, so it's efficient if you want to just use it real quick, put it away, pull it back out. Like I said, good for clearing out adds, nothing really crazy there. But his second action skill, the Peace Breaker Cannons, is when Rafa activates his shoulder cannons that auto fire at enemies in front of him. Great for crowd control. You can cancel early to get some cooldown time back. It's not going to be as much as the Apophis Lance, but like I said before, it does bring cooldown time back quicker, so you can bring it out again if you need it back in a pinch. These 2 first skills for him, I think, are more around the support, just like Vex I said. I think all these characters are a really good mix of solo and co-op. I think they're really pushing to have both, but they're definitely leaning more towards co-op, and every character having an ability that helps everybody else out on the battlefield. I mean, Rafa seems good for ad control, clearly. Let's move on to the third one. Rafa's third action skill are his arc knives. This is the one we've seen in all the trailers. He switches into a third person while he's wielding 2 energy knives where he can slash and dash into enemies and finish off with a big shockwave slam. Perfect for that fast, just close-up combat, hack and slash. If you love it, definitely choose Rafa. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Next, we're going to go to Harlow, the Gravitar. Harlow is a former Milliwan scientist who uses gadgets and gravity to control the battlefield. She's perfect for players who like strategy and support. So, like I said, all the other characters had some support roles in it. Harlow is going to be mostly support just in general, which is still good by yourself. She definitely has abilities that let you play solo, but if you're playing co-op and you got a Harlow on your team, just know, like, you're good. You're straight. Action skill number 1 for Harlow is going to be her Chroma Accelerator. She fires a cryo capsule that passes through enemies. You can detonate it later to cause a huge explosion. Really cool stuff. I mean, if you look up gameplay, you could see it already. You can see it right here on the screen. Her second action skill is 0-point slam. Harlow locks an enemy in a stasis, reactivate the skill, and then she'll slam it back into the ground, dealing massive damage, just like a wrecking ball whenever you phase lock somebody. See how I said phase lock? It reminds me of the siren from the first Borderlands and like other sirens before. It's just a phase lock. It's a military version of the phase lock. Nothing like we've seen it before, and it's gonna be great as it always is. They just added a little extraness onto it to where you can grab whoever's in your stasis and slam them back into the ground or wherever you decide to slam them into. Harlow's third action skill is gonna be her Flux Generator, which is for great massive support. She deploys a field that freezes enemies and gives overshields to allies. You can even pick it up and move it around the map. Pretty self-explanatory. She throws down a generator. If you're in it as a teammate, it gives you overshields so you can do more damage and survive longer. And the enemies that do come into it take damage and they freeze as well. So I mean, it's just like that that doesn't say support, I don't know what else does. If you're really into that support role, or you love playing with your friends and you like, like you're always going to be playing with people, I definitely recommend Harlow. Or if you want to play solo and you just want like good coverage, just a really rounded character, Harlow's great for you too. Moving on to the last Vault Hunter, it's going to be Amon, the Forge Knight. Amon is a melee focused warrior who survived a Vault monster cult. He forges weapons on the fly and smashes everything in sight. His first action skill is Crucible. Amon throws an elemental axe that explodes, and you can charge it up to hit more enemies in a bigger area. So obviously the more you charge it, bigger it gets. You can do a lot more damage, or if you just need it in a quick pinch, you could throw it really fast. Cooldown is going to be pretty fucking quick on these. I mean, like I said, this guy is just made for smashing and dashing. Amon's second action skill is going to be Onslaught, where he launches forward with a flaming punch or hammer slam. It's fast, it's powerful, and it's perfect for clearing rooms. Another great action skill, just like all the other characters, because this game is really, like I said before, really co-op based. They made vaults more accessible. There's a bunch more vaults. It's not just like one vault at the end game. There's a lot of boss fighting. There's a lot of ads just in general and just non-stop chaos. So it's good to see that all these characters have their own little version of ad control, and it makes them, like, when you play in a group, it makes it way more exciting and fun than playing solo. But then obviously if you play solo, you have everything you need to beat the game or whatever incursion that you get into. His third and final action skill is going to be Scourge, where Amon summons a giant shield that blocks damage. After absorbing enough, it bursts into a wall of fire. And I've seen some gameplay with this. Looks like when he sets it up, you can shoot through it to do extra damage, but the enemies can't shoot back through it. So it's just like another protective barrier, another support thing, which again, with all the characters, they have their own ad control, they have their own support, and then they have their own like personal character action skill that's designed just for them. I think it's really balanced. I mean, honestly, this is the best I've seen from Borderlands so far. I love Borderlands 2. It's really getting hype. I'm hoping there's a day one patch, because I've heard some performance issues, but everything's shaping up to look pretty freaking good, man. I'm not gonna lie. So who is your main going to be? Vex and her Ghost Cat, Rafa Rapid Fire Exosuit, Harlow's Tech Traps, or Amon's Forged Fury? Let me know in the comments, and if this helped, drop a like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell for more Borderlands 4 content, builds, guides, and more. Until the next time, loot hard, Vault Hunters. I'll see you guys when the game comes out. I'm going to be dropping a bunch more content for Borderlands 4. I love Borderlands 2, and I'm just really excited for this, so let's hope they don't drop the ball. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.